We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. I wonder who it's from. Huh? You say something, Blue? You know who it's from? Oh, look. It's from our friends at Printful. Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna show you guys what Printful sent me. You've probably already seen it in the thumbnail, so that's kind of a spoiler alert. I can't even say spoiler alert because you already saw it. Anyways, we're gonna open this up, we're gonna see what it is, and I'm gonna even show you how to make it. And this item right here, they definitely sell. I used to sell a whole bunch of these. I will tell you exactly why right after I open this. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. This is nice. So here we have it. What was the dimensions of this? It is 50 by 60, so this is huge. It's a throw blanket. Feels extra nice, extra nice, extra nice. I think the material is fleece or something. I don't know. All I know at the end of the day is how to sell stuff, okay? But I'm pretty sure I know how it's made. All right, so the print is only on one side. I'm gonna let you know that ahead of time because customers will ask you that. So it's pretty big. I don't know if I can hold it up all the way. Here we are. Can you see that? Maybe. The blue light is throwing everything off. Let's turn it off. You know, I'm trying to be cool, but it's not helping. Yeah, that's much better. Oh, wrong way. I got the monitor over here in case you're wondering what I'm looking at. So this is my son's name. It's a fleece blanket, and we have a whole bunch of symbols. I'm gonna show you how to make a repetitive pattern for these types of blankets. These things sell all the time, especially on not even just Etsy, but on your own standalone platform. This is something that can sell on Shopify as well. So I used to sell a whole bunch of these, but majority of what I use Printful for now is just t-shirts, and I want everything to be fully automated. The thing with this is personalized. It has the name on it. That's one thing I know for sure. I'm not even gonna sit here and try to pull up some stats for you, but I know 100% for a fact that personalized items, they sell very well. This is one of the reasons why Etsy even added this as an option within, I think it was like last year. They gave us that field where a customer can type in what they want personalized. At first, we would have to tell them to type it in the notes section during checkout. But yeah, this is awesome. 50 by 60, I think it's like 22 bucks. $5 shipping and whatnot. You can definitely get 40, 50 bucks for this. And I think this is the larger size. So I've sold this for like 60 bucks before. And the process, if you're wondering, I'm not 100% sure because I didn't look up Printful's process, but typically it goes on a huge print plotter. It prints out the design on a very large sheet of paper. And this process is known as dye sublimation. You take the blanket, you throw it under a larger heat press, a very large heat press, 50 by 60, well, it's gonna be larger than that. You put the blanket on it, and then you put the sheet of paper on top of it. And once the press comes down, the dye is soaked into the blanket. So I'm not 100% sure if that's how Printful makes it, but I'm pretty sure. Dang, why do I make these videos when I'm so unsure of everything? At the end of the day, all we care about is selling it. I really want to throw it in the air, but I don't want it to fall on the floor because it's gonna get dirty. But it's super nice, I promise you. And the thing about it is in the baby niche, whatever you want to say. And that's one of the categories that sell the most, according to Kevin O'Leary. Shark Tank, this is where I learned it from. 3 businesses that make a lot of money is a business that focuses on when life is born, when people get married, and unfortunately when somebody dies. Those 3 earn a lot of dollars. So this is a good one right here, when a child is born. So you know what, before we design this, let's get a real review of this, all right? Hey Maverick, you like that blanket?
Yeah, I want a Paw Patrol blanket.
You want a Paw Patrol blanket?
I want a Paw Patrol blanket.
Well, I can't make a Paw Patrol blanket. Okay. You want me to make you a Paw Patrol blanket?
Yeah.
I don't have the license for that.
I want to buy it.
How much would you pay for this one?
$3.
$3?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And monies.
3 monies?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell everybody bye.
Why?
Okay, so according to Maverick, the blanket is only worth $3. Well, good thing for us, he's not our customer. Let's look on Etsy. So here I'm just taking a quick look at Etsy. I still see some blankets trending around 55, 60 bucks. For the 50 by 60 size. You'll see some prices range depending on size and style of the actual design itself. So that's going to vary. And I even pulled up, usually I'm not a big fan of showing the designs that I have for sale due to arbitrary reasons, but I no longer sell these. And the reason, like I said before, is because anything that I have that's print on demand, I want to be on full autopilot. This is going to take some personalization every time you get an order because you have to sit there and add the name and whatnot. So anything that I would like print on demand personally, I just want to be on full autopilot where I don't have to touch it. So I had to scroll all the way back on a spare Etsy account where I was selling this on 50 by 60. This was in 2017, so it was a while ago, but it was selling for 64 bucks. But this is something you can definitely build up on Shopify if you wanted to, because man, these are awesome gifts, all right? Probably not according to the child whenever they grow up, but definitely during baby shower season, pregnancy. Check out some of the keywords that I use. Your baby shower gift, coming home gift, pregnancy announcement, newborn baby. So by the time this item is purchased as a gift, Maverick probably wouldn't be crying since it's not Paw Patrol, because he'd be a little baby. Well, he'd probably still be crying, but that means he has a poopy diaper or something. And just to go back to revert to touch on accounts real quick, I like having multiple Etsy accounts. I like taking advantage of that at this point in time, because if you sell on other marketplaces, you realize it's kind of a difficult thing to get multiple accounts, and Etsy is kind of more free about that. But I have seen in the groups a lot lately that they're starting to crack down on that. So I don't know what to tell you about that. I just want to throw that out there. If you could get a spare account now, if you wanted to, I might suggest that you should, because it's just kind of handy to have more than one account. But that's just me. Anyways, let's get into designing it. So this isn't going to be a completely crazy full walkthrough, but I'll do my best. I'll do my best at teaching it. First and foremost, you do have to have Photoshop to do this, okay? It's gonna take a little bit of skills, but anyways, the first thing we're going to want to do is hit File, New. And we're just gonna open up a square space, maybe 10 inches by 10 inches, 12 by 12 inches. Remember, this is gonna take a 12 by 12 inch spot on the blanket, and you're gonna want it to be 300 DPI. So once you have that open up, I already have layers pre-made just to go ahead and run through this with you all. You're gonna want to put the color down. So the color is gonna be the color of the actual blanket itself, just on that one side. The other side will be white, I believe. I don't have the blanket with me, but that's okay. Anyways, we're gonna want to lay the color down that we would like. After that, we're gonna put some symbols, some little emblems. It's going to be handy for you to have any type of items like that. So here I have a whole bunch of this is actually just a font. It's Dingbats. That's on thefont.com. You can go to thefont.com, type in Dingbats, and just look for free commercial use ones. There's a lot of sports themes fonts for free, so look into that and just look for the Dingbats itself so we can use the actual symbols. For other types of designs, I can usually get it from Creative Market or Elements by Envato, or I'll make it myself. So those are some great websites. Remember, sometimes you may have to pay a little bit just to get a cool design if you don't have the time to make it, but it will save you time and they look awesome and it's a very low price. So make sure you check out those links. I'll put it down below as well. Anyways, once you have your font loaded, you're just gonna want to load up a whole bunch of symbols and kind of spread it out throughout the design itself, but do not place it across the edge like this or so, okay? So after you do that, you're gonna select all of the layers that you created, or you can group it together, and you're just gonna merge that entire group. So once you merge that group, you're gonna click on Filter, you're gonna go down to Other, and hit Offset. And here we're just gonna mess around with this until we see something that we like. Usually I just go all the way up to like maybe 2298 or so. Let's see. I think something like that works. So I'm gonna click OK. So what that does is create a seamless background. So if you can see right here where the baseball player is right here, the rest of his body is right here. So once we create a pattern out of this, it's gonna be seamless. You'll see soon. So now we got this big blank space right here. What we want to do is remove that a little bit. So we're gonna move some of the items around. Usually I just select some of the items and move it around to give ourselves a little bit of space. So you can click edit, transform it to make it a little bit smaller if you would like. We are going to want a little bit of space in the middle, okay? That way we can put our custom name or number or whatever it is that we want to personalize down there. So anytime we move something though, we don't want it to be on the edge because we're not going to be able to have the other side of the object offset on the other side of the square, if that makes sense. I'm not the greatest teacher, guys. I'm just trying to point you in the right direction, okay? So let's go ahead and move some of these items out of the way. Okay, so I think that's good right there. Now what we're going to do is place a name. So I already have this text right here pre-made. All I'm gonna do is take this, I'm just gonna resize it a little bit, and then I'm gonna move it on up. Now, since this is a sports theme design, I think it's pretty cool if we include a number that they can customize. So here we have a number right here. I'm just gonna place that right there. So now we have our design. All we need to do now is turn it into a pattern. So now what we're going to do is click on edit and then click define pattern. And then we're just gonna type in Lucas. Hit OK. Okay, so now that is saved as a pattern on Photoshop. Now what we want to do is open up a new document in the size of the blanket, which is 50 by 60. Okay, so now that we have our new document open, this is where the magic happens. We're gonna click on edit, and then we're going to click fill. Now we have this box come up. We're gonna click on contents. We're gonna go down to pattern. We're gonna click on our custom pattern, click on our design, and hit OK. And now we have the pattern on the size of the actual blanket itself. Now all we have to do is save this file and upload it to Printful for order. So if I missed a few steps, I'm sorry. All I'm trying to do is point you in the right direction. I think it's a little bit easier if I just guide you a little bit. That way you can take off on your own. Because if you're always waiting on someone to hold your hand, your learning might not be as steady. And I'm pretty sure I learned this from a tutorial some time ago, somewhere on YouTube as well. So I'm pretty sure you could just type on YouTube how to do a pattern design. I mean, majority of the times, this is how I learned too. This is how I learned graphic design from the very beginning. I used to have to learn with step-by-step images with text below the images. But now we have YouTube where tutorials are in video format. So that's awesome. Hopefully this helped you out. And for you to upload the blanket for sale on Etsy or Shopify or whatever it may be, I'm trying to think here because I haven't done it in a while. I believe you just upload the design to Printful and then you can create your mock-up there. But after you do that, after you have the mock-up, your listing created, delete the design file. That way Printful doesn't accidentally print your mock-up file. So make sure you delete it. That way it's not synced in and automated. So I hope that helped you out. You can definitely get more than $3 for this blanket. And if you want to see more videos like this, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.